it's a hot day, I'm hanging in the sunshine. You should hit me with the splash gun so I cool down. Won't you come on over? We can party till the sun stops.
Let's go to 16.59. The many wonders coming into this planet now and in the recent past, are they subject to Orion thoughts? Now we have to get into what are Orion thoughts. Well, let's talk about like Star Wars. You know, you have the Force. Well, Orion thoughts would be the Dark Force. They're all about service to self, separation. That's the way I look at it. So, you know, I go to that Star Wars theme of the Force. And, you know, the Orion thoughts, the Orion would be Darth Vader. You know, that's the way I look at it. So, answer. As we have said before, wonders become completely the creature of third density in the mind-body complex. There is just as much chance of such influence to a wonder entity as to the mind-body-spirit complex of this planetary sphere. So basically what they're saying is, it doesn't matter if you're a wanderer. When you come here, dude, your memory is wiped and you're fresh. You don't remember. You lose your memory. The only difference occurs in the spirit complex, which, if it wishes, has an armor of light, if you will, which enables it to recognize more clearly that which is not as it would appropriately be desired by the mind-body-spirit complex. This is not more than a bias and cannot be called an understanding. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. And later it does talk about the wonders and how a fifth density and sixth density wonder, there is a slight difference, and it's almost like the sixth density wonder has an armor of light around them. Like there's almost this feeling of protection. And to be honest, I kind of always felt protected. And so do they actually remember who they are? You know, this is no more than a bias and cannot be called an understanding. So they don't really understand who they are. They don't have a memory of who they are, but it's like they have this feeling like, you know, negative, positive. And negative and positive to me is just basically, positive would be that which unites, and negative would be that which divides. So, I don't know, I have this feeling of what feels right to me. And so I lean that way. So it's not really a knowing, it's kind of a bias. You just feel something. Furthermore, the wonder is, in its own mind-body-spirit complex, less distorted towards the, shall we say, deviousness of third density positive-negative confusions. So it's almost like the wonders have, their internal compass is not fully working, but kind of working. And I do believe that the work that I do and the work that everybody that does what I do with these frequencies, I think that it fixes that internal compass. I think, because, you know, you can't force somebody to wake up, but you can awaken something inside them where their compass is working. And that's all they need is to know in their heart, ooh, this feels right. This doesn't feel right. And then they lean towards what feels right. And then they get the momentum going, and then the universe gives them breadcrumbs, and they follow those breadcrumbs, and then they find themselves back on their path. Does that make any sense? Like, I don't know, sometimes I think, man, should I even make videos on this? Because it's like, it's really kind of deep shit, man. Okay, 1660. Would then the wonders as they incarnate here be high priority targets, shall we say, of the Orion group? This is correct. That means the Orion, we'll say the Dark Force. Do they know who these beings of light are? They know who these are, and of course they're going to target them. It's like the Wonders or the All-Star team. Of course you're going to try to take out the All-Star team. of course you're going to try to like attack them and, cause confusion and not help them, not, of course you're going to not want them to wake up. My personal belief is, I actually feel invisible to the Orion group. And I think everybody can become invisible to them. If you're, chin deep in conspiracy theories, dude, it's not going to work out. So now it's so funny when people focus on the negative. You're actually feeding them. They win. When you're giving them your intention, when you're giving them your focus and your energy and your fear, they win. And when you don't, you're invisible. You don't feed them, they lose. I don't know, win, lose, that's probably not the best terminology, but whatever, it seems to work. Okay, 1661. And if a wanderer were to be successfully infringed upon, shall I say, by the Orion group, what would happen to this wanderer at the harvest? Well, what do you think? You ain't going to make it, dude. That's what's going to happen. If the wanderer entity demonstrated through action of negative orientation towards other selves, it would be, as we have said before, caught into the planetary vibration, and when harvested, possibly repeat again the master cycle of third density as a planetary entity. This is what I'm talking about. If the wanderer entity demonstrated through the action of a negative orientation towards others, that's how deep this programming is. We've been separated and divided on every level. The basic levels would be politics, religion. We are so full of bullshit, and we're so used to separating each other in just my last video, I made a video on Roe versus Wade, and it just was the perfect example of this. It's like, you know what? I'm not even going to get into it. I totally am not. I'm just going to blow that off. You know what? I don't know how long I've been going. Maybe I'm going too long. I will talk. I want to do one more. Okay. And this talks about Jesus as a wanderer. And I found this really, really interesting. This is 1718. Question. Then, if the entity Jesus was fourth density, I find that interesting. That Jesus, this absolute badass master on the planet, who came back to remind us who we are. Dude was only fourth density. Wow. So, then, if the entity Jesus was fourth density, and there are wonders on the planet today who came from fifth and sixth density, what was it that Jesus did that enabled him to be such a good healer? And could these fifth and sixth density beings here today do the same? Didn't Jesus say, everything I can do, you can do and more? I think he said that. I'm not a Bible expert, but I think that's what he said. Answer. Those who heal may be of any density, which has the consciousness of the spirit. This includes third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. The third density can be one in which healing takes place just as the others. However, there is more illusory material to understand, to balance, to accept, and to move forward from. Now, I think what they were saying is, it's like, dude, anybody in the third density can do the same healings that Jesus did. But it's like our programming is so dense, you have to wake up. You have to understand how we're all connected. You have to understand how we're all one. And if you don't understand that, I'm not sure that you can do the type of healings that Jesus did. And I will say that I think that one of the reasons that I can do what I do is I put the work on. and understanding this world and understanding this field and understanding this reality. I mean, that doesn't mean what I believe is right. I'm just saying that I've spent my whole life putting the work in, and I feel like my understandings greatly help me help others remember who they are and to heal. The gate to intelligent infinity can only be opened when an understanding of the instreamings of intelligent energy are opened unto the healer. Dude, that's exactly what I just said. So you can't access intelligent infinity and become that channel, that doorway to help others if you don't understand this reality. There are the so-called natural laws of your local space-time continuum and its web of electromagnetic sources of nexi and in streaming energy. You see, this is why people don't read this, because this shit sounds so complicated. But I don't know, hopefully I can make it sound a little bit more palpable. Then, as the spirit is integrated and synthesized, those are harmonized into a mind-body-spirit complex which can move among the dimensions and which can open the gateway to intelligent infinity, thus healing self by light and sharing that light with others. It sounds so complicated. It's not that complicated. It's really not that complicated. True healing is simply the radiance of the self causing an environment in which a catalyst may occur which initiates the recognition of self by self of the self-healing properties of the self. So here's what I think. I think that when you know who you are and you walk in that knowing, you don't just know it here, you know it here. When you know who you are, you radiate something. You radiate this field around you. And when people interact with you or they're mingling in your field, it serves as a catalyst to help others recognize who they are. It's really, see now, here's what I'm saying is like, knowing this stuff here is useless unless you live it, unless you become it. You have to become this. You're not gonna, you have to become it. I know there's a lot of people that are super wise and their intellect is so profound and they are miserable human beings because you have to live this. You have to live this. Okay, I'm going to do one more. What the heck? I don't care how long it's taken. I'm going to do one more. How did Jesus learn this during his incarnation? This entity learned the ability by a natural kind of remembering at a very young age. He just came in with more memory than most of us. Unfortunately, this entity first discovered his ability to penetrate intelligent infinity by becoming the distortion you call angry at a playmate. This entity was touched by the entity known as Jesus to you and was fatally wounded. Thus, the one known as Jesus became aware that there dwelt in him a terrible potential. That would be overwhelming. You know what I mean? You're a kid and you're trying to figure things out and all of a sudden you get super pissed and touch somebody and they die. Damn. This entity determined to discover how to use this energy for the good, not for the negative. This entity was extremely positively polarized and remembered more than most wonders do. Yes, he did. Anyway, you can see why this is like not easy information to read. And as I read it, I mean, I could be full of crap, but I really feel like I understand what they're saying, but when I try to tell someone else, it just seems so complicated. Anyways, I know this video isn't for many people, but you know, it's something that I'm interested in, and it excites me, and I follow my excitement. So that's why I'm going to make some videos on this. So anyway, man, I hope you guys are doing great. I am absolutely loving life. Haven't made a video in a long time. I just have other more exciting things I'm doing right now, but I will get back to this. But and actually, one of the things I want to talk about in the Law of One in the future is this is really a book on healing and how to heal yourself. And this Scott Mandelker, he's got a playlist on healing in the raw material, and it is fantastic, and I'm going to cover it. So anyway, I'm sure I rambled, but whatever, man, I'm a rambler. So, you know, if you want little 6-minute videos, dude, I don't know, maybe one day, but I don't think I'm good at condensing things down to a few minutes. Okay, man, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will be seeing some of you in the field for a session. You know, that's one thing I need to look up is these frequencies, and I know that in the Law of One, they're going to talk about these frequencies. I think they kind of mentioned on it when they talked about the Earth spiraling into this new vibrational, whatever, I forgot what it said. But, okay, anyway, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you in the field soon. Peace.
On a wave of good feelings. Well, it's just another Friday in paradise. So bring your A game, cause you know this party won't stop. We could never run out of time, sipping strawberry lime. You know I wanna share it with you.